What's up, everybody? It's the Buko Boys.
Oh boy, it's us.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dale.
And I'm DVO.
And it's number 77.
And we're going to do some ASMR. We've got some...
No, we got shit.
We ain't got nothing. We got some fried chicken we're going to eat. We had fried chicken today. Delicious.
Yeah, because we had your daughter's birthday party.
On my little baby's second birthday. She's 2. She's not a baby. She's a toddler. And it's very sad for me. I don't like it.
Crazy.
I do not like this.
Our kids are growing up too quick. Too damn quick.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Not at all.
But so her birthday was actually last weekend, but a lot of the family was out of town.
Well, it was also Pie and Beer Day.
That's no excuse. We're celebrating her birthday every year. No
Pie
matter what.
and Beer. Well, I'm saying that's probably why everybody's out of town.
No, it was so one of my wife's sisters was out of town. She did a bodybuilding competition. She got second place in her category. That was pretty cool.
Awesome.
And then both of our older girls, or my oldest, they were in California for a month. So they just got back. So that's why we had to delay the birthday party an extra week.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because today...
I thought you were talking about other family members.
No. But today was a good day, because last weekend would have been super hot. Today was a little windy and cloudy, and so it was bearable outside.
Yeah, definitely was not... You weren't sweating just being outside, so that was nice.
Well, I'm always sweating being outside, so I still was, but just less. Here's the thing. When you shave your head like I do, your hair absorbs the oil. I think I talked about this. Your hair absorbs the oils and the sweat. Well, when you shave it, it just runs right down your face. And it's not pleasant. But the good thing is I don't have to wake up and do my hair in the morning. I'm just ready to go every morning, and that's nice.
I didn't do my hair for the episode.
That's okay. Most people are listening, so that's okay.
Yeah.
But don't forget, we are on YouTube too if you're listening. If you want to watch us, we're there too.
Yeah, where you can find us on YouTube.
Or if it's hard for you to watch the whole episode on YouTube, guess what? We're on podcast form, so you can find us there too. You can't escape the Buko Boys.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
But after the birthday party, you actually took the girls.
Oh yeah, we went and saw the new Disney Jungle Cruise movie.
So how was it awesome?
Okay.
I want to see it so bad.
It was entertaining.
Okay.
It was predictable. It was very Disney predictable of what's going to happen.
Okay.
But the adventure and the action was all pretty damn good. But the storyline, like, because you saw the commercial or the trailer.
Yeah. And
it doesn't really tell you much about why Emily Blunt's hiring The Rock for this Jungle Cruise.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So it's like this ancient curse. And she's trying to find this petal of this tree. This magic tree produces these petals.
Okay.
And these petals have these healing powers that will heal anything.
Okay.
And there was a Spanish expedition like 400 years ago, and the Spanish expedition failed. Anyways, there's a curse.
Of course there is.
There was a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean vibes going on with the with the curse and the undead and stuff.
All right, I'm digging everything you're saying so far.
And it's kind of funny how The Rock is doing jungle cruises, and then you find out why he does jungle cruises later in the movie. But anyways, the way he does his jungle cruises is he does like props and fakes little setup things that you would find on the actual Disney ride.
Okay, because it seems like he's kind of like a
knockoff, like a.
Gosh, the word I'm looking for. Charlatan? Oh my gosh. Charlatan. It's like some type of charlatan.
Kinda.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's doing these jungle cruises. They're like the cheapest people can find, and he's real corny about it.
Okay, all right, okay.
And then he just does jokes nonstop, like these little dad jokes, little one-liners with I don't know the name of these types of jokes, but it's the type where you're
zingers,
like, kind of where you're using like words as other words to make them. Yeah, I don't know. If you watch the movie, you'll see, and you're like, all
right.
But yeah, from the sound of it, it's pretty damn sounds good, huh?
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. So you went with our dad and the girls, and everyone seemed to like it.
Yeah, everyone liked it.
You get popcorn?
Yeah, of course.
How was the theater? Was it like normal again?
So you walked in, and normally, the Megaplex theater is one of the ones that we normally go to.
That local one here, yeah.
And we walk in, and normally there's just chairs and tables everywhere.
Yes.
There's not
Because
as many
there's
anymore.
like a
seating area. You can sit and eat and wait for people and kind of chat and stuff. And yeah, there's tables and chairs and stuff for people. Almost all of them are gone.
Oh.
There's just a handful of them.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was just because it was Sunday or maybe just because movie theaters are still trying to recover. But out of all the food areas that they have multiple places you can walk up and order stuff. Everything was just closed besides one little one.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's kind of weird. But in the movie theater, it was almost full.
Okay, good. Okay.
So I mean, a lot of people are going to the movies.
And just so people are aware, we're recording this right now, and so today's a Sunday.
Yeah, today's a Sunday.
So that could have been okay.
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
something.
wondering. It could have been
All
something because it's Sunday. Also, what was I about to say? Oh, it was nice to see that a lot of people were at the theaters and not just ordering it on streaming.
Yeah,
on Disney Plus.
Yeah, because you could stream this on Disney Plus,
which we could have, but we wanted the theater experience.
Yeah, I love that theater experience. But with me, with a 2-year-old, it's harder. It's harder to go to the movies. And so that's why I like the option. Like I like the options that I could purchase it from like Disney Plus for like $30 probably was the going rate. I like that I could do that and be convenient and be at home, and she can kind of be occupied doing other things at home versus like, trying to run around the movie theater. So I like the options, but of course I would rather pick a theater option every time.
But I like how both of our homes have the theater feel when we want.
That's true.
Recliners, the cup holders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Surround sound.
Yes.
All right. So you give it a thumbs up?
Yes.
You recommend people to see it?
Yes, I recommend it. Like I said, I thought it was entertaining. It was a little predictable. It was kind of like, yeah, you know what's going to happen. You know how these turn out. It's all typical adventure Disney movies.
Got it.
But it's still pretty good. And I guarantee kids are going to love it. Kids are going to eat it up just like the Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love Pirates of the Caribbean. You don't even need to say that, right? You just need to say Pirates. People know what you're talking about. You don't need the whole Caribbean.
Yeah, it's hard not to say it.
Or Caribbean.
Well, it depends on where you're from.
No. Because when I talk about the movie, I say Pirates of the Caribbean. When I talk about like going on a map, I call it the Caribbean.
Route and route is weird.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Like, okay, when you're talking about like the location, what do you call it?
What do you mean the location?
Like, do you call it Caribbean or Caribbean? Like going on a cruise.
Caribbean.
See? We call it Pirates of the Caribbean. Isn't that weird?
Because they force it on you. They force that way of saying it on you, and then you just copy it. I don't know. It's the stupidest. I hate our languages sometimes. Like, none of it makes sense.
I'm going to go back to Latin languages.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to symbols.
Hieroglyphics?
Yeah, and just making noises and pointing.
What do you guys say? Do you guys call it Pirates of the Caribbean? Do you guys call it going on a Caribbean cruise?
Yeah, if somebody said, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the Caribbean," I'm like, "You're gonna go where?
A Carabiner?"
Yeah, I would totally make fun of them if they said it like that.
But if they said, "Oh, what's Pirates of the Caribbean?"
I wouldn't think anything of it actually.
No, that kind of sounded.
No, when you said that just now, it sounded normal.
Good,
it sounded normal. But yeah, I would. It's weird. I can't not say it when I say it.
Exactly. Just call it pirate. We need to call it Pirates. Everyone knows.
I'm never gonna say it again. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm done talking about it.
Or you told me another show you were watching on Netflix.
Yes.
But we've talked about it here.
Yes.
It finally came out.
It's finally out, and holy shit, it's good. He-Man. Masters of the Universe.
So it is called Masters of the Universe?
Masters of the Universe. Okay. It's not called He-Man. And you know why?
Oh, it's just called Masters of the Universe.
It's just, well, let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because it doesn't star He-Man.
Oh.
Because he's dead.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Well, if you watch it, first episode, it gives that away.
What?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I want to watch it now.
But there's a lot of going back into time and showing things that he's done. And
don't tell me how he died.
So Kevin Smith is the one that made this.
Love Kevin Smith.
And this is pretty damn good.
Silent Bob.
Yep, Silent Bob. And this is a really damn good show. The voices in it, good voice actors.
Okay.
We
went over
right
every episode. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's pretty brutal. I mean, they're showing them like the fights and stuff, like good fight scenes, and
Okay.
it is. I mean, I would say it's for like teenage kids. It's a little grown up.
I think it should be made for our generation.
I think it is more for like us to appreciate it, because it is like almost true to the original cartoon, but better.
But we can invite our kids into our world. Like, this is what we watched growing up.
Yeah. And
Just so everyone knows, I had almost every He-Man action figure that existed.
because it was Toy Day once a week.
And I got He-Man toys.
Yeah.
Roided out He-Man toys.
Broidered out was the thing. All toys had to be like, it wasn't a superhero unless they were super roided out.
Yeah, they had to be like, but He-Man was like super duper, here he is, super powered roids.
Another thing was in this cartoon version, when it shows Prince Adam, it shows him as a little kid. He's almost like a 12-year-old or something. Between 12 and 15 is kind of what I'm guessing.
But then he turns into He-Man?
Yes, when he turns into
adult He-Man?
Yes.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I'm still going to try it.
And,
I'm still going to watch.
And She-Ra, is She-Ra or Tila? The one that I can't remember now. Tila, I think.
Yeah, that's Man of Arms' daughter.
Yes. So it stars her. She's the star.
Oh. She-Ra was his cousin that also had superpowers.
Oh, okay.
She-Ra.
So she's actually the star of this, and she was actually like, you see all this happening in the first couple episodes. She's actually going to become a man at arms, and then shit hits the fan, and she's like, you know what, F this, I'm out. And next thing you know, she's just rogue, doing her own thing, and it's following her.
Okay, all right, interesting.
Remember? And also another spoiler alert, because it's also in the first episode. Skeletor is also dead.
Oh gosh, why are you bringing all these spoiler alerts?
It's the first episode, and it's a whole season on there, and it's gonna be the first episode. So I mean, this is just gonna like entice you to be like, what? And then now you're gonna want to see what this is all about.
I am very interested now to see what happens.
I'm actually probably gonna watch it tonight after, or maybe in the morning.
Is the whole thing ready to binge?
Yes.
Okay.
It's bingeable, ready to go.
Because I don't know how I feel about the one episode at a time thing, or if I like the whole thing at once. I'm not sure yet how I feel. Because I do like that I can be controlled. Like, hey, you're up till 3 a.m. Stop. Stop binging 4 episodes at a time.
When you're only given one, you're like, okay.
I'm like, okay, I'll stop. I'm excited for the next one. But at the same time, I was like, but I want it all now.
I do like the option of having it all now. It is great.
Well, that's because you have control of yourself. But some people don't. That's why it's good that they put.
Yeah, I think I'm like 3 episodes in on this.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm excited for it. I'm excited. I am blown away by what you just told me, though.
Right? Just
quite blown away.
One after another. Bam!
Yeah. Wow. That's okay.
It's a lot to swallow, right?
Yeah. You know, like I said, He-Man was like the super roided action figure. Mm-hmm. But I think, honestly, I think that action figure, He-Man itself, was what got me into like fitness and like building muscle. Because I liked that. Like, I was like, I want to be this hulking behemoth of a man. Now, like, you're like, no, I don't want to be that big. I would not want to walk around that big all the time.
Well, not even, like, I don't think I was huge or anything when I was like working out a ton. But like now, I don't want to get big like that anymore. Like,
right,
when I go to the gym, well, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of upkeep, and on top of that, my body doesn't want to like deal with all that weight crushing down onto my joints anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
My joints don't like it.
That's true.
Listen to this. You hear that?
Oh,
that's my joints. Just
not
liking it.
Oh,
they
my
are
God.
not liking it.
What? Here's that ASMR.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they don't like shit like that no more.
I do. I like watching chiropractor videos.
No, I love those videos. I'm just talking about like my joints.
Ooh, yeah, that was sounding crunchy.
Yeah, that's my elbows if you're watching YouTube. But yeah, definitely worth binging or watching.
Okay.
Masters of the Universe
and Jungle Cruise.
Both thumbs up on both of those.
Okay, good to know. Now, we missed a couple episodes because we were actually out of town.
We're out of town and we're busy with life and stuff, but we were in Vegas. We told y'all we were going to Vegas.
Yep, and we did.
And I know I've been hit up by a couple of friends asking, so what about the museum? You guys investigated. Let's tell you.
Well, first of all, let's talk about how I was such a celebrity in Vegas.
Oh, my God.
Just kidding.
So cool.
Everyone thought I was The Rock. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me take pictures of you.
No, we were at a conference and for business, and it was cool. Yeah, it was cool. Made a lot of friends, and a lot of new friends. So
Yeah, networked quite a bit. I've already gotten business given to some people out in other states because of that conference.
Oh, very good. Excellent. Networking is awesome. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we went down there for business. We had a little bit of fun. So we tried. Let's talk about some of the places we tried before we get into the museum.
Oh shit! Yeah, we didn't. Oh my god! Yes, the buffet we went to. Let's talk about the buffet.
Heavenly.
It was Caesar's Palace Buffet. It's just called the buffet.
No, we went in July. Okay.
Yes.
And this is reserved through September currently.
Well, you can only reserve. So they only give you so much at a time for where you can reserve to. Mm-hmm. So it only extends out to September right now.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, Vegas right now, they're really big on making reservations. Doesn't mean you can't get in, it just means you can't reserve and you have to wait, But they're really big on reservations. I think because of COVID, I'm guessing that's why.
Everybody's starting to hit up Vegas now because it's open and everyone
is it now? Because I heard it's going back to mask indoors.
Back to mask mandates indoors in Vegas. Good thing we got out of there before that hit, right?
Yeah, right.
But
gosh, what was the name of this place again?
It was the buffet.
I know, but what was the name so people know? It's in Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's called the buffet.
No, it's called Balkalal or something.
Oh, that's right. Balkalal. I don't know. That's all I was calling it.
Yeah, it was something like that. Balkalal. It's almost like Baccarat. So you're in a casino.
And it's a CH in it.
Yeah,
So we tried to make reservations.
Amazing.
We couldn't. We go talk to them, and they're like, we're completely booked on reservations till September.
Yeah.
We're like, damn.
So they recommended coming an hour early before they opened just to get in line.
So we did.
We got there an hour early. We were second in line. We did get in. We got in. Once they opened, we got in pretty quick, but we had to wait an hour.
Yeah, but it was worth it. So worth it. I mean, just walking by and looking in the window of what they have, I was like, I'm waiting. I'm so gonna wait.
No, you might think, oh, this is crazy because it's $80 a person.
Yeah, $80
to get in this buffet. $80 a person
after tax, $88, so almost $90.
Yeah,
and then plus you can't do this without tipping. So
no, you don't be a jerk. Tip if you're gonna go to a restaurant.
So you gotta add tip on top of that, and I always do at minimum of 20%.
Yes, but amazing because not only is it your typical buffet type of stuff,
way better than your typical.
Yeah, because
they had the normal buffet stuff, and then their normal buffet stuff was like on 2 different levels.
Yeah, so talk about they had Wagyu steak. Mm-hmm. They had lobster tails.
No, lobster claws.
Lobster claws. Sorry,
lobster claws. But they had raw scallops on the shell.
Yeah, scallops, oysters, mussels, clams. Oh my gosh.
Were they weren't king crab legs, were they?
Yes, they were
king crab legs.
Yes, they were. That's
king
right.
crab legs.
Yes, and they were like sweet. Like
yes.
I mean, like not like
crab
sweet,
legs,
dude. I mean, they had like a sweet taste to them. So good.
They boiled them in sugar water.
Yeah. Oh, so good. I mean, so they had all this seafood, all this steak, and then you got your
desserts, and then tons of desserts.
Oh, also in this buffet, they actually have people come around in carts asking if you want to try something else that's not at the buffet.
Well, no, it was dim sum.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They had some things that were not at the buffet, so they came around in carts. Like, you want some dim sum? Then they came back later. They had lobster bisque.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And what else? They had like a special drink. I don't even remember. But they not only you have the buffet, but they have somebody walking around with a cart offering something else in addition to the buffet. But they come to you this time. You want some of this? Yeah.
I mean, they even had a section to make your own charcuterie dish on your plate.
Yeah.
I mean, but like top notch type charcuterie, not the basic stuff.
Tell them what that is. People don't know what that is.
Well, like the different salamis, different kinds of meats, the cheeses, the olives, and the other pickled veggies or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so damn good.
This place is good.
I didn't even bother stopping for any of that because I was filled up on everything else.
Well, there's a whole section you didn't even see. I had to show it to you.
And I was already full.
I was like, did you see this other section of
Shut
more
up.
food?
Shut up.
There's more
going
food.
in.
Yeah, it was delicious. So if you guys are there, check this place out. Totally worth it. Like I said, it's $80. Anyway, we walked out with $100 bill between each of us. We paid $100 for this place, basically with tip and tax and everything. But the night before, we went to a nice steakhouse. at the Caesar's Palace.
Yes.
Also delicious. But if you go to like one of these nice steakhouses, if you've been, you know what we're talking about. You're paying $60 for a prime cut of steak. You know, you're paying that, so you're getting close to that, you know, price point anyway, just at a nice steakhouse. Because
I've paid more than that a person.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, what you don't realize is when you go to the steakhouse, not only are you getting like a nice cut of steak, but then that's all you get. You have to order sides. You have to order the sides.
There's separate prices.
So if you want like, you know, veggies, potatoes, anything like that, that's on the side.
So it's just like a Ruth's Chris or
and
Spencer's.
a drink. Exactly right. You just buy the meat. You have to get the sides addition to, and you're well at that price point. Is what I'm saying. You're well at that price point already. So this buffet
for just one plate.
Yeah, that's just for a dish.
So going to the buffet where it's like this type of caliber,
seafood, steak, all sorts of stuff.
So this is my first time trying these snails.
Oh yeah.
They're sea snails, so they're not like escargot snails.
No, right.
They are like a conch.
Almost like a conch. Yeah.
But if you don't know what that is, you've all seen those shells that people blow into like a horn. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that noise. Yeah, that's the one.
That's a conch shell.
Yeah, that's a conch shell.
Just much smaller.
Yeah, so imagine that just
a snail size, like a normal snail.
No, I would say maybe half the size of your fist. About half the size of your fist.
Okay, yes. Because the shell is really big. Actually.
And the meat's a little tough, so you would think it's gonna be like slimy and slippery, and no, it's cooked. So yeah, it's kind of tough pulling it out. But
yeah,
that video I made of pulling it out of the shell is pretty cool, huh?
Very relaxing. Yeah, you must hear the pop.
And then yeah, those were really good.
Yeah, they were
a little sweet. But after eating the first one, I knew to look for a little sand sack.
Mm-hmm. Just like mussels have.
Yeah. There's like a little sack that they filter the sand with, and there's still a little sand in it.
So I like the first one I had. After a while, similar to escargot, like I always like the first one, and after a few, I'm like, all right, I get sick of it pretty quick.
That's why, I wasn't like eating a ton of them. I did probably have maybe 3 or 4 of them.
But like mussels and clams and oysters, I can eat those. I can eat a lot of those at once. Snails, 2 is about the max for me. I'm like, I get sick of it.
I've probably only had snails like 3 times.
Yeah, probably the same with me. Yeah,
but I'm not a fan of the escargot. It's buttery. It's like really buttery.
Well, you have to cook it that way so it tastes better.
And it's almost like, why even bother at that point?
Because if you have to put that much in,
it's not worth it. You have to like really cover the taste of it. Probably there's other options. I'm gonna go with that.
It's true. Yeah. Anyway, great buffet. Check it out. At Caesar's Palace. But nearby, we didn't want to go out. We didn't want to walk too far because it was a scorcher. It was a scorcher outside, so we tried not to go too far.
Yeah.
But we went to the Wahlburgers.
Oh, Wahlburgers! I was impressed.
Yeah, they have a juicy patty. Not a big one, but a juicy one.
The first bite, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Like when the meat, like the juices get in your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's
shit.
Good.
Okay.
It's really good.
And I mean, it's not like a huge burger or anything,
no.
but I was actually impressed. Very impressed.
And then we went to a place called Dirt Dog.
So
gotta get your dogs dirty.
Hot dogs, of course. And one thing that they're big on, as well as hot dogs, was elote.
Yeah, corn.
Yeah.
Like
the Mexican style corn with all the fixings on it. You'll see it. Yeah.
But you can get a cup of it. You can add it to your dog. And their dogs, great dogs, good texture. But the buns they use are actually the lobster roll buns.
And those buns are damn good.
Yeah. So it's a different type of bun. It's the lobster roll buns.
And I mean, they load the toppings on there too.
Yeah.
It was just damn good. I was impressed by that place too. We chose wisely. We chose really wisely on this.
We were limited on time as well. And we didn't want to be out too far. We wanted to walk nearby. There's some places we want to go to. We just couldn't get to it.
And then the last place we went to was Gordon Ramsay's pub. Oh
yeah,
inside Caesar's.
So our conference was in Caesar's Palace. We got a room in Caesar's Palace, so we did like.
And it's hot as shit out there. I don't want to walk around.
Yeah, we want to stay pretty close. We went to Gordon Ramsay's pub.
I had to get the beef Wellington.
I've been trying to find a good beef Wellington local here.
I've never seen it on a menu.
I've never seen it. I've been wanting to get it. I've watched Gordon Ramsay's videos on how he makes it. I'm like, I gotta try this damn thing. It looks so good. So we got like a lunch special with it. Oh my gosh, beef Wellington is the jam. I want it. Again, in my mouth.
All our food options were spectacular.
Yes.
I was not let down by anything, except the alcohol. For some reason, every time I tried drinking out there, I was getting sick.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't even get drunk.
Maybe because you're realizing the price you're paying for your drinks.
Yeah, every time I'm like, $20 for
$20 for a cocktail?
But yeah, I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. Every time I tried drinking, I'd try to get a little buzz or something, and then like we go to do something else. You know what? I gotta throw up.
Before we go do anything else, let me throw up real
Yeah, let me go fix myself. And then we went to the Haunted Museum.
Yes, Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum. He personally invited us out there. He's a big fan of the Buko Boys.
Yeah,
podcast.
he knows what's up.
I love you guys. I love you guys reenacted our video at the Benson Grist Mill, or our photo at the Benson Grist Mill.
And the Eureka.
How your evidence was better than our evidence.
So cool, you guys. So impressed with you guys.
You guys need to come out and check out my museum. So he said, sure, but we don't want a tour of the dumb museum. We want to investigate. He said, absolutely, Buko Boys exclusive.
So from when I went last time, not to investigate,
you did a tour.
I did a tour. I was getting some real crazy vibes from the basement. And looking down the stairs to the basement, I was seeing things in my third eye. I was seeing...
let's talk about the museum itself. Like, it's like, what, 2 stories? It's a big...
It's 2 stories, and it's a big ass
It was
house.
a house. It was a house that a family owned. But there has been confirmation that seances and devil worshipping were done actually in the basement. That was all confirmed by people that lived in the house to Zach. And if you want to do this investigation, it's called the
flashlight tour.
Flashlight tour, because they basically turn all the lights off. They give you a flashlight, and there's only 20 people allowed. And this is after the tour. Okay, so the tour ends around 10 p.m. and that's when they do this flashlight tour. And so there's no tour guide. There's a couple employees, but they're out of the way. They're just there for like help or emergencies. They're just kind of there for that. But you basically have the whole. Okay, let me do it again. So there's 20 people, 10 per party. So 2 parties of 10.
Split the house in half, front and back.
Front and back.
And for the first half of the time, one group's in the front, one group's in the back, and then they rotate at the halfway point.
Yeah, so 45 minutes each section. So you're there an hour and a half, and if you're interested in doing it, it is about $200 per person. But very cool though.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna be able to do this anytime or whatever, and it's not like you're gonna get another price on it. So I was like, let's just do it.
Yeah,
because I so wanted to investigate.
But of course, we were personally invited by Zach.
Yeah. We're just telling you what the prices are.
Yeah, we want you guys to know. But I mean, I'm not saying Buko Boys had to pay.
So
our fan wanted us to come.
Yeah, big fans of ours. So anyways, the basement was giving me some crazy
during
vibes.
your tour.
When I went like 3 years ago, 3 years ago.
I think we talked about it.
Yeah, it was on. Yeah, we had an episode on it. But I was seeing things like walking back and forth from the base of the stairs.
So we went there. That's the first.
That was the first thing I wanted to do was hit that basement.
Boy, were you disappointed?
Yeah, because it seemed like they boarded up the basement and created a path that you had to follow. So once you got to the bottom of the stairs, you were forced to follow this hallway that forced you around, and it almost takes you in a little bit of a loop back into itself, into this little room that looks like it's set up for seances or something.
Yeah, it's staged.
It's all staged, and it looks like this. It looks like the whole basement is completely blocked off.
Yeah, there's like a pentagram and some icons.
Because this basement is the whole entire length of this house and everything, and all you're in is just this little section that you.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so I knew right away this wasn't the whole basement. I'm like, this is not how the basement looks. Just based off of what I was able to see in my head and everything, it's like, yeah, this is not the basement.
I didn't think about that.
This is just a section that they created, and they built these false walls and everything, and this fake hallway to lead into this fake little room, and this is not the basement. And on top of that, there was like nothing going on, no activity down there for us.
Which is a good point to make, that you felt something in the basement years ago doesn't mean it's just going to always stay.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that because they were doing a lot of stuff in the basement. They were like, I think that's where they opened up the Dybbuk box. But they were doing a lot of stuff in the basement, and I think that they had to like clear stuff out of there.
Okay.
My guess is that they had to clear some bad stuff out of there, but there was no activity for us down there. Another group came that was not with us, but just there, that investigated right after us. They said that they were getting names coming through their. It's the name of one of the persons that was on the tour. Mm-hmm. But he had been on that same flashlight tour previously and was getting the same thing happening to him on the
SB7.
SB7 Spirit Box.
Yeah, you can borrow some of their equipment.
Yeah, you could. They have equipment that you can borrow. That they have K2s and Spirit Boxes.
You just gotta leave your ID.
But we already had all that with us.
We brought our own stuff.
So anyways, he kept saying that he was getting his name called on a previous time that he had gone there. Mm-hmm. And then he went again that same night as us and was getting his name being said through the SB7. Maybe it's just something with him. I think he just has something with him, and it's probably whenever he's like doing investigations like that, it's probably trying to reach out to him. So I think that's just a personal attachment he has.
Interesting. Yeah, we asked one of the. Well, they only have one security guard there. They have two or three employees and one security guard. And then I asked the security guard if he's like had any experiences, and he said once he was in a section of the house, kind of closing up. He was not alone in the house. He was just supposed to be the only one in that section of the house, and he heard some footsteps running up on him, and he turned around and no one was there, and he heard door slams when no one should have been. I shouldn't say slams, but doors closing, and no one was closing doors. So yeah, so it's just some of the staff did say they've heard some interesting things. I mean, we don't need to talk about the whole house, but we can kind of get into
talk about
interesting.
Yeah, a couple of the interesting spots. So one of the places we were getting some interaction was in the front of the house. When you first walk into the tour, there's a couple of rooms onto your left. If you were actually to go on the tour of the museum, it's like one of the first rooms you actually go into, and there's just a lot of random stuff.
Yeah, it's cluttered with just random stuff.
And then that's where they have like it almost looks like the Zoltar thing.
Yeah.
You put a quarter in and you get the little fortune. But it's one of those, but it's Zach. It's Zach inside of that. But anyways, that room we were getting some interaction, and then what was it? It was a little girl.
Yeah,
it was a little girl that kept getting interaction with on the Ghost Meter Pro. It kept kind of followed us around, and then we were getting some interaction with another spirit, but nothing that really was. Didn't it set off? It was making this K2 go off like crazy too, right?
Yeah, but that was in the saloon. In this front room, it was going off, but we did find out it was because there was a lot of EMFs from the Zoltar machine. There's a lot of EMFs coming from these machines that are plugged into the wall, so that was causing the K2 meter to go off. But we went into the saloon, the next room over, when it was staged like a saloon, I should say. And we did test the K2, and nothing was giving it off there. But yes, we started getting some things coming on the ghost meter and the K2. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see the devices. Actually, I'm holding them up right now. Both of them light up. So when there's EMF, so we've talked about it before, but just in case you're new and not very sure if you forgot, these devices pick up EMF, electronic or electromagnetic fields. And these are tools that are used, for like home inspections. Just make sure there's not too much electricity pumping through, because that's not good for you if you're getting that. But what the paranormal world believes.
Well, I mean, we've explained it multiple times.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, there's the new people that are just kind of listening for the first time about like our ghost adventuring. But spirits may come near these, and then it'll kind of spark up and light up. And we were getting it to light up, especially the ghost meter was lighting up, but the K2 has like a degree.
I remember now. I was asking it to light up to a certain one, because it was only given like little energy, so it was only lighting up like a second to third light, and there's 5 lights across it. And the more EMFs it has, the more it'll go over to red. It starts at green, goes to red, then yellow's in the middle. So anyways, it was getting up to like the second dot. And I was asking it to give it more. And I was like, go to like the third and hold it there. And it was actually doing it. It was staying to the third. I'm like, hold it, get it. I was like trying to cheer it on, and it was doing it. It was insane.
Yeah, it was holding steady. So we would get like these spikes on it, but when Dale was encouraging it, actually was being steady lit.
Yeah, it was
and
like, and then it was, when I was telling it to get a little bit
unusual.
more. No, that never
very
happens.
unusual.
And I was like encouraging it to get a little bit stronger, and it did.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just egging it on to do more, and it was like holding it there.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are not allowed to take videos, so you guys can see this. They have cameras all over the place, and like I said, they had employees and security there, and they're watching the cameras. They're making sure we're not ruining anything, we're not damaging anything, but also we're not recording.
Yeah, respecting the rules, because they don't want people taking videos of there and then sharing that, and then what's the point of anyone else going to the museum?
Then you can see it online.
Yeah.
It makes sense, yeah. I mean, I wanted them to stay in business because I want to go check this place out again.
And so the other room that we had a lot of activity in was the Dybbuk box room.
Mm-hmm. So maybe explain what a Dybbuk box is.
So that is the Jewish word for demon is the Dybbuk. And they would trap these demon spirits in these boxes, and then they would seal them up and protect it so it just can't come out of that box. Mm-hmm. Anyways, these boxes, of course, give off a lot of energy and a lot of other things. And if you open it, you could release what's in there because it's all protected and sealing it inside.
Where did Zach get this Dybbuk box?
There's
actually 2 in there.
I think this one, they were sent to him.
Yeah, I think they were gifted to him. And, I don't think they really maybe know the history of it, of that particular box. But they are just not comfortable opening it. And in one of the Ghost Adventures Halloween episodes a couple years back,
him and Post Malone opened it.
Yeah, well, they were trying. At first, they didn't, right? Then they went back to it. Yeah. So during the Halloween special, they didn't even open it. He was too scared to open it. And then at another point, Post Malone came and then they opened it. I actually didn't see that episode. I saw the Halloween episode about them talking about it, and then they never opened it. But then I guess another episode, Post Malone came and then I guess Post Malone had some incidents happen after they opened it.
Yeah, so he was felt like he was cursed because there was a lot of near-death things that happened to him afterwards.
Yeah, and so let me explain where this. So this is in a room. You have to. There's one door to get in. It's a small room, and the Dybbuk box is on a little pillar.
Well, it's a display box.
I know, but I'm breaking it down from the inside out. So, okay. So the Dybbuk box is on a wooden pillar, and it's a Dybbuk box. It almost looks like a jewelry box that opens. In front of you are the doors, and it opens towards you, like it opens up towards you.
Well, it just depends on the box. I'm
talking about this one.
Okay, yeah.
And so this Dybbuk box is on a wooden pillar in the middle of the floor. Was that you?
That was me. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't
a growl.
It wasn't an EVP.
Okay. Again, so this Dybbuk box is on a pillar. It's about the shape, like I said, of like a jewelry box. It's on a wooden pillar, and in the middle of the room, and then around this is a wooden case with glass.
Yeah, so it's a glass case built on a wooden stand.
Yeah, around it. So they want people to stay with it. They're worried.
Well, they don't want people to touch it. So it's completely encased in glass. And that glass case is sitting on top of this wooden stand. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty elaborate. It's carved and everything. It looks really nice.
Now, here's where things get creepy. Walking in. I mean, the K2 kind of spikes.
There was a REM pod sitting up there inside that room.
On the other Dybbuk box.
On top of the other Dybbuk box. And the moment we walked in, that REM pod was going off like crazy. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was us setting it off. Right. I thought it was our movement setting it off. And no, it was not.
No, and it never went off again. Just right when we entered the room.
And I was trying to get that thing to go off.
Okay, let's explain what a REM pod is. People don't know what a REM pod is.
So it's
another EMF.
It's another EMF device, but this is like a big cylinder that's maybe 3 inches tall, mm-hmm. and has like these little LED lights on the top and a little antenna that sticks out. And if EMF comes close to that antenna, it will start setting off things.
Yeah, so not only does it have the color things light up like the devices we carry, but it also makes a noise.
Like if I were to go up and start hitting the little thing on the top, it would set it off.
Sure, yeah.
But when I was going to share this first. When I went mm-hmm. to there a few years back, this was before that Dybbuk box was opened, and that room was giving off a ton of crazy energy as well. So I was also excited to go in this room.
Okay.
And walking in there, it was still giving off a lot of energy, even after it's been open, because it apparently was sealed back up. So going in there, yeah, tons of energy in there still, and the K2 was going off like crazy, only when it would be around the glass case, around the box.
Yeah. So our K2 is going off like crazy. Like I said, they give us flashlights. We have flashlights. I'm searching around on the inside of this box just to make sure there's no wires, because like wires will definitely set off the K2 meter, because that gives off electricity, electromagnetic fields. So I was searching all around this wooden case, wood and glass case. No wires.
Yeah, I was looking at the bottom, looking to see if there's anything coming out at the top.
And from when you enter the room, on the back side of the Dybbuk box case is where we're getting a lot of K2 reading. But this is where it gets interesting, because it almost was interacting with us.
I was testing up and down that case too, and only was going off around the glass, where it was actually like in contact of the level of the box. And then I was able to get it to do the same thing again, where it was like holding all the way.
Yeah. So most of the time, these K2 meters, they just
pumps.
Just pumps. They just kind of spikes, but it never stays steady.
Unless it's like in contact with something.
Right. And then Dale was just saying, hey, you're doing a great job. Can you make it go? Okay, so it goes in order of blue, green, yellow, orange, red. And
if you're looking at the stickers on the...
Yeah, if you're looking at it. And the blue is always green. On? Is it always on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always green light.
It's always just there. And then you'll get so basically there's 5 lights. And you'll get 1, 2, 3 lit up once in a while. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a spirit. It's possible. You can't say for sure. But when it starts spiking consistently, but there's
nothing there.
There's nothing there to make it do that.
And then it completely goes away.
Then it goes away, and then it comes back again, and you haven't moved. That's like, it's almost like saying, "Hey, I'm here." But again, Dale was doing the same thing where he was saying, "Okay, hey, you're making it get to like yellow, orange. Can you make it go red? Come on, you're almost there." And it was almost like it was trying to say, "Okay, I can get there. I can get to red. I'll show you guys. I can get there." And then it'd get to red, like, "Oh, you did it, awesome!" And it would go away. Done, gone, blank. Hey, thanks so much, you did a great job. And then it'd come back again. Oh, here it is. You're getting to like yellow, the middle. Can you get to red? Come on, you can get to red. And it was like it was trying to do it.
Yeah, it was like trying, and then get like another color, and then trying, and then finally get there, and then stop.
And Dale's like not. I don't want to say egging it on, because you weren't being negative about it. You were being encouraging.
It was
you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. You're almost there. You're almost there. Come on. Use the energy. Come on. And it was like it was trying. And then it would get to the red and then go, wait, stop. It doesn't do that. It doesn't hold on these colors.
And it was like increasing, like it was trying. It was like the flash. It was like flash and fluttering really fast, like it was like pumping.
It was unbelievable. So I mean, the rest of the museum, it was cool, but we didn't get much interaction except for these two rooms. The saloon, I would say, which was next to that front entrance where we got a little bit, but the saloon we had a lot more. The saloon and the Dybbuk box.
And I want to say most of the spirits that are in there were already there before he brought these items in. I believe some spirits came in on some of these things, like the Dybbuk box, because it's attached inside of it. It's trapped inside. So yeah, he did bring a spirit with it. But some of the objects just were from like murder cases, not necessarily having to do with hauntings per se, but like there could be like residual energy attached to it because of some of the things that happened. Right. Like we didn't get anything from this room, but this room had to have a ton of residual energy attached to it. Where that murder one, where the soiled sheets on the bed.
Oh, gross.
And then he was like torturing guys on this bed, and it was horrible just to see that stuff. But like that would carry energy, but it's not in there, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's nothing going on in that room. There's no hauntings or anything in that room, but you know that stuff would like carry some of that energy. But it's just that was just a shoot.
It's actually a really cool museum. I have never taken the tour, so I definitely want to take the tour at some point so I can kind of get the history of all the stuff that was in there. Because I'm seeing some of the stuff. Some of the stuff is just random stuff. Like I said, it's clutter, but it's just kind of cool looking, spooky looking. But there's some things like it's like, oh, I kind of want to know the history on this a little bit.
The room with that lady who had just mysteriously died. Who was trying to contact spirits and then got way deep into it.
Yeah, maybe these will be topics on future
I would like to make that a topic, but I could never find any information online about it. The only time I ever got any info on that situation was because I went to the museum. But since then, he has done some of that in an episode. He has talked about that in an episode since then. And so now I think we can find some more info on that later.
So our good friend Tim, who's been on our podcast before, who also we teamed up with, and we have our own podcast, EVP podcast, with that talks all things paranormal. We will kind of go more in detail about the museum and other things, but Tim gave us his voice recorder, and he wanted me to just have it on the whole time, and just to see if we get any EVPs off of it, electronic voice phenomena. And we'll see. We're gonna give it to him tonight, and he's gonna just kind of play it. So we've got an hour and a half of recording on here, and hopefully we'll get some EVPs on it. But if you want to hear those, if we have those, if you want to hear them, you got to check out our other podcast, EVP podcast, and we'll play those if they're there.
But yeah, that was a pretty cool experience. It was a really cool experience.
Spooky.
And I think it was definitely worth it. It was worth doing it.
Yeah, if you got $200 and you're into paranormal, go check it out. I mean, not saying Buko Boys had to do that, because Zach Bagan's a big fan of our podcast.
We're just getting invited all the time. That's what we do. But yeah, I think all around the Vegas trip, even, just the free time that we did have when we weren't in the conference, we made the most of it, and it ate real damn good.
Yeah. And if you do want to do this tour, bring your vaccination card or proof.
Oh yeah.
And you won't have to wear a mask. Dale didn't bring any proof, is he had to wear a mask the whole investigation.
But you might have to wear a mask if you go soon anyways. Now that's a new mandate. So
but if you've been vaccinated, take a picture, show it to them, and you won't need it.
Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a picture of my vaccination card, because that sucked. I was getting yelled at too. Like whenever I was
put on your mask.
You gotta keep that on, man. You don't fight about it. But yeah, should we call that an episode?
Yeah, thanks for listening and watching, guys.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks, y'all. Peace out.
Bye.